going to see how they become a new creation, that they're no longer going to be a duplicate of Mandy and G, Ariath and Arisen. This is why they have some of the same mysteries from heaven, because of the duplicated spirits. I'm omnipresent, the devil is not. I've already proven it to you, how I speak to my people at the same time, showing you it is I, Yeshua HaMashiach, speaking. And this is a lesson that I'm bringing on this world, to separate the wheat from the tares. But some of my tares, like I told you, they are saved. They just do not understand what is after salvation. Some people think it's completely finished. Yes, the salvation part is you are sanctified by my blood. There's no works to salvation. But do you not think you need work in progress to get to know me and my true character, because you've been lied to for so long? So why would I not have a process after salvation, which is the wineskin process, which I'm trying to get my people to purge and cleanse? Admit the trauma you have, admit the things that you have, and watch and listen for me, get to know me, so I can give you the trauma that you have in other realms that you do not know about, because I give you clues in your dreams and visions. I will increase your gifts as you draw near to me and you get to know me and my true character. You will receive more gifts. Stop picking up stones and stop thinking that you have all the answers for everything. Mandy came to me when people compared her to Lori. She didn't understand why they were comparing her, and I told her why. The evidence is there. They put out the truth with a lot of false, but they show you clearly how people were after them. So do your research and stop trying to follow what every single person is saying around you without actually coming to me for my truth, so I can personally teach all of you what I'm trying to convey to the world, because I'm using their story, which is how it became so huge in the media, and how it's my perfect timing of what I'm doing now for the end times. You will see how I bring it all together. I am your Lord God, and I have spoken. Oh. Oh, Jesus, so strong. Psalm 82:4. First Corinthians 15:8-9. Matthew 21:11. Luke 14:9-12. I just heard, Josiah, there's a mystery behind this, and you will know here soon. Ephesians 2:4-11. 2 Corinthians 1:3. John 9:5-11. Matthew 14:4. I just heard Jeremiah 1, read the whole chapter. 2 Esdras, read that book. Enoch 1, 2, and 3, and the remembrance of Enoch, read. The Ancient Grandmother's book, read. It's all on YouTube to find it. Or you can find the PDF files. I don't know how he's pronouncing it, but I heard like Nag Hammadi Library. I don't know how to pronounce it though. Oh. James 3:4. 1 Peter 1:5-11. Second Peter 1:6. Ephesians 3:12. Galatians 5:19-22. Job 3:14. Mark 1:6-12. I'm finished, my children, and I love you. Please stop judging your neighbor and come to me for my truth, because you're about to see so much more that's going to be truly exciting for the ones who truly know me. I am your Lord God, and I have spoken. Wow, I feel Jesus so strong, like I could like float. Wow. Sorry guys, just 1 second. It's not going away. It is powerful.
Do you just want us to continue, or do you end right here?
No, he wants us to continue.
Alright, guys. So let me read where I left off.
I don't even know where you left off.
I left off right here. Okay. If you weren't ready to be called up on the first round, but after what you have just witnessed, as you have become ready now as I speak of the future, I will keep those memories for you and return them to you as you is turning back, and you will become my next group and new witnesses on the next round and at the completion of that round. I will call you up. I think I already read that, huh? Yeah.
But that's good though to start there.
Okay.
Because it's exciting for them.
Because everything you have seen, I will now make you remember, and everything that you will remember, I will now make known to you, and you will be called on and a part of my team of revivals, and you will be showing my people and warning them that my way is the only way to inherit true salvation. By believing in me, Yeshua HaMashiach, my finished works on the cross, and you will remember what has happened previously, because you choose to call on me in my son's name, Yeshua HaMashiach, before I turn the dial back. That is how much grace I have for all my people, and I'm doing all of this so you will know the truth and call on my son and obtain the true salvation. The only way to the Father, because I am the way, the truth, and the life. When you see the darkness fall, it will be my pre-darkness and pre-wrath, giving you a preview of what's to come if you choose not to accept my son. I will not allow you to be harmed in actuality if destruction comes upon you, because I will be changing your future by turning the dial back. The darkness that is coming, it won't be the physical darkness for the repenters who will have to go through the 10-day trial, parading around in the darkness while watching all of the fallen angels and all the mysteries of this world come to life. Every scary movie come to life, and Death Rider in the streets here representing evil with the spiritual influence of the dark side and the demonic. I will not physically leave you here for that until the dialing of the clock has stopped and all the worlds have come to life through full completion. I will not let that darkness come upon you all until all the dials have been turned back, and then I had no choice but to choose to stop moving the dials on the clock. That is when the physical rapture comes on this world, and that is when the ones that have not chosen my son, they will have to go through that 10 days of repentance and see the darkness with an EMP all over the worlds. A complete worldwide blackout, and that is when you will have to stay in your homes and pray to me without ceasing, and when it is completed on the ending of the last day. As the 12 hours are complete, I will pick you up in a whirlwind like I did Elijah before the nukes fall on the New Jerusalem, which is my true Israel that they have changed. The United States of America, and this is why they have enslaved so many of you, because the enemy has always known. This was the true Babylon that was going to fall, and this is why the USA is the real Israel. You will also see this mystery in the books my people will bring back, proving it to you once and for all the lies the elites that they have covered up from my people, run by the devil to confuse my people, to mock my creations, and to pinpoint accusations at my people by teaching my people that not only accusing them to be forced under the law, but by accusing the ones that are under the law, who have now become the accusers, will stay in the oppression and will not be free like they proclaim America is. Since birth you have been free.
You have never been free.
Yeah, since birth you have never been free. They have all given you a number and an identity attached to your citizenship. But I'm here to remove the citizenship of this world and all the worlds and place you with new citizenship in the New Jerusalem connected to heaven. That is now connected in the spirit, but will soon be transferred into the flesh.
So these are just parts of the prophecy. It's not the full thing. A lot of it, was just released on the community posts and not the full thing. So, just like...
Okay, 1/19/2024. Part 1. The new moon started the blue moon. The blue moon is a substantial mirror. You have to count backwards, starting from the end of the cycles. It's the new way of counting, figuring both moons. You have to look at like halftime. A day is equal to 2 moons divided in half. Then from the beginning you count into 2 times per day, factoring in the halves. That will give you the correct day count. They are together, not separately. Do you get it? That's how you look at the moon, and that's why I said half time.
So Jesus showed me that the months go together. 12 and 1, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 5 and 6, 6 and 7, 7 and 8, 8 and 9, 9 and 10, 10 and 11, 11, 12, right? So you have to, so it's halftime. So basically instead of 12 months, you have 6, right? They've added more days, right? That's why 616 technically didn't start 2025 until 616. It's showing you how they did that, just to let you know. So that's why. So if you're in month 11 right now, what did I say? Let's see, I think that goes with 10.
Yeah.
I think that goes with 10. So yeah, so technically we're still in the Gregorian of 10 and 11. But then if you go to God's true Gregorian, that's matching what they're doing right now, we're in the 6th month, but we can also be in the 5th month.
Okay, 8/20/2024. My dream had to do with McKenna and counting from 8:31. Another prophet talked about it as well. I believe Andrew was in it as well. I said in my dream the blue moon has passed, but Jesus said there was a window in the countdown. But because it lands on this day, it is correct. Second dream, we were going through the journey after we went back to the future. The 12 was struggling with spiritual warfare, and Jesus in the dream was teaching everyone, and he said, "Don't lose faith, I am coming."
So he's showing the timeline right now, because we just went to see Back to the Future that he had us go see, and they're talking about spiritual warfare in the group right now because of the mission that G and I went on with spiritual warfare and praying in the spirit. And so do you see, literally it's all tying in with what he's speaking, and that was 8/20/2024.
Yeah, well, the year ago.
It's amazing.
Okay, 8/1/2024. OMG, guys. At 12:43 a.m., Jesus just gave me a vision of a cloud of smoke and closed my eyes in the spirit and wouldn't let me open them. Then he said over and over, "The smoke is coming, my child." Then he shook the heck out of me. Wow, it was intense. I felt the smoke and it was a huge cloud everywhere. Wow. Woke me up at 2:43 the first time to Let's Fly Away, Frank Sinatra, then 4:10 on the song Blue Moon with trumpets. So I dreamt last night that Jesus called a Zoom at 4:10 in the morning, and he ended it at 10:04. But it seemed like the ending was, I was talking to Cassie in my dream, and I said, Jesus is calling the Zoom. It's about to end.
So that dream, I'll never forget. I was at my mom's, and Jesus had me supernaturally smell the smoke. I thought there was a fire in my house, in my mom's house. So I woke up and I smelled so much smoke, and I started walking around, And my mom, she just looked at me like I was crazy. You know, I was like, do you smell the smoke? Do you smell the smoke? And she's like, what are you talking about? There's no smoke. But he let me smell it strong. And I know he was pointing to the fires because my 98-year-old grandmother, she starts freaking out. Mandy, 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 come in here, come in here. He gave her a vision of fires outside her window because when I walked in, she's like, there's a fire, it's outside the window. I mean, he was showing her a lot. And, you know, she had dementia, but I didn't speak to her on any of these things. And he even gave her a dream the same time he gave me a dream about my mother walking. And my mom's in a wheelchair for like ever now, you know, because of her knees and she can't walk. And so my grandma dreamt that my mom was out of the wheelchair changing and walking in the living room. And she said, Mandy, I had a dream. Because my grandma was coherent, but she still had dementia. But she would talk to me while I was taking care of her. And she said, Mandy, I had a dream that your mother was walking around. And my mouth just like dropped to the floor because Jesus gave me the same dream that night showing my mother walking. And I know he's going to use her. And that has to do with mother, like daughter in the kingdom. Every single person that we're around, we're all connected. So.
Okay, 6/11/2024. I fell back to sleep. I had a dream. I just heard, is there a blue moon tonight? Then he started to give me the song, Blue Moon, Are You Standing Alone?
You gotta sing it, honey. Blue moon, are you standing alone? My heart, without a love of my own.
Sorry, guys. I'm practicing.
He's gonna bring his voice back.
Wait, so 6/11, isn't today 9/11?
Oh yeah, today is no 11:10 now. Well,
But
technically it's still
when we were watching the blue moon.
It's still 11:09 because it doesn't really turn into 11:12 until tomorrow evening. But yes, so yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Which 6/11 mirrors 9369. So yeah, it is pretty cool.
Okay.
It's always perfect on his timing.
Yeah, then it started to give me the song Blue Moon, Are You Standing Alone? I saw the Grease movie right when they were playing the Blue Moon song in my dream and they were about to moon the camera. I woke up at 11:40, which is 411 mirror of today. Look when the Grease movie was released, June 16th, 1978. Yes, Jesus uses movies all the time. He uses things we will remember and we can relate to.
And 616 is the baby being delivered. So it all lines up because I've had a dream where he gave me 2 cycles in 1 month. And he only did that one time in 2023. And he's using my cycles because of the Revelation 12 woman. And that's also why he gives me the pregnancy symbolism all the time. Sometimes it's a small baby and sometimes it's like, I'm going to say, damn.
I don't say that.
But anyway, so he's using me for those things. So one dream I had where I had a cycle and then I had another cycle and then there was a 3-day countdown. And then and I was like hemorrhaging really because it was miscarrying basically. So he has me set up for symbolism of having a baby, like a real baby, but he also has me doing the symbolism for miscarriages, which is why he made me go through those 2 miscarriages. And he showed me, which is really beautiful, when I got to the hospital, because I finally had to call my ex's mom to come get me because my ex wouldn't wake up and I was bleeding for hours and hours because I had a piece of a piece of tissue stuck in my cervix. And I don't know how long I was bleeding for, but I know Jesus was behind this. So when I get to the hospital, I was bleeding so heavily that I had to wrap a towel around me. And I was still bleeding, and, you know, I was just like, I just won't stop. And this really nice man comes up to me, like, out of nowhere. And he's like, you're going to be okay. Let me get you a wheelchair. It's like he knew my situation, and he knew everything that was going on. And Jesus confirmed to me that that was him. So Jesus shows up sometimes, and he comes in the flesh, and he does put his spirit inside other people, just like angels have done as well, right? But Jesus has personally done it. And he's shown me because this was the 2nd time. So anyway, he gets me a wheelchair and he's so sweet. And if I would have known it was Jesus, I would have like hugged him like so tight. But I didn't know at the time. He told me like years later it was him, because there's something that supernaturally happened to me. I was bleeding so strong. They had to do two, I guess it's like MRI or I don't know, some kind of CT. No, I don't know. They had to find that there was tissue in there. They didn't know that. And I'm telling you, when it was bleeding, I felt a wave of blood that literally came up like on my hip. That's how, and that was like after hours of bleeding. But I felt, so it was weird. My ex, he went to go get food, and I was in the hospital by myself for a second. And I felt this wave of like energy come over me, and I almost thought my organs or something was like shutting down. It was so weird. But now I know Jesus was supernaturally putting blood back in my body, because he didn't want me to accept the blood that they would give me because of every single thing, with the, and I didn't take that because I knew not to. So he didn't want me to do that. So I'm telling you, he did it twice, and I felt it twice, and it was so supernatural. And that's why I thought I was literally going to die. But when they did my blood work after bleeding, I mean, the whole bathtub was nothing but blood. And it was hours. And finally I called his mom, and I was like, I can't wake up. I need you to come. And I was weak, very weak. And so I was in the hospital, and his mom was so sweet. She got me like pants and everything, and like she's precious. And so I remember my maid of honor was there too, and she was all checking in on me, and she was really sweet. She was off duty because she was a nurse. And so everyone was really, really nice and checking on me. And I ended up being okay and didn't need a transfusion or anything like that. And I know Jesus did that, and he confirmed later on that he did that. So it's really beautiful. But also he proved to me that he did it before, because there was other time right when I left and I started looking for a place. I was staying in hotels waiting for my apartment to be ready because I was applying for things. And Jesus already told me I was going to get the apartment, so I didn't worry about it. And so I was just waiting for the approval. And one night, it was like midnight, I started walking down the street, and there was a random homeless guy. Well, okay, but he was very mysterious. He said he needed some money because he just got out of the hospital in Georgia, and he's walking like, and I'm thinking, okay, and he just needs some money to travel or whatever. And I felt Jesus and the Holy Spirit with me the whole time. And so Jesus is speaking to me in my head as the guy's talking to me. And I didn't have any money. All I had was an ATM card. And I was like, well, I don't have any cash, but I guess I could go to the ATM. The whole time Jesus is speaking to me. He's like, it's okay, my child. I'm with you, my child. I am with you, my child. And he was telling me without telling me. So I'm sitting there talking to this guy, and we're walking down the street. It's midnight, and we're about to go to like a dark corner to go to an ATM machine, all faith. I hear Jesus speaking the whole time, and he's like, you're fine, my child. I'm with you. Do not worry. I'm with you. And so I'm talking to the guy, and I told him how bad the world is getting, and I said, I'm a prophet for Jesus. And he goes, I know you are. And I'm thinking to myself, how does he know that Jesus has been speaking to me? And like, he just knew things, right? And it's funny because Jesus didn't tell us it was Jesus at first. He used the name Josiah. And that's so funny we're telling about the story, because he just put it in the message, Josiah. And I don't even know what that mystery is yet. But, wait, was it the name Josiah?
It's your story.
Hang on. I want to make sure I get it right. Was it Josiah, Jesus? I'm pretty sure it was Josiah. I could have the name wrong, but anyway, he confirmed that it was him. And so when I went to the ATM in this dark corner, I get out. The ATM didn't give me 20s. It only gave me, I had $100. It gave me 250s. And I said, listen, I only have 50. I said, I only have 100, and it wouldn't give me 20, so I'm going to give you 50. And I'm going to take this 50 for myself and go eat dinner on it. And this guy gave me the biggest hug, and I felt the Holy Spirit so strong. And it's almost like the guy didn't want to let me go. Like, I was not worried at all because I know Jesus was with me, and then I found out his spirit was inside that guy. And I'm telling you, when he hugged me, and I'm just kind of thinking like, okay, you know, but it's all childlike faith, and I just knew, right? And so he's proven to me now that he's shown up, and he did that with not just me in our group. He does that with the bride. I'm sure there's many accounts where you guys have felt this presence you didn't understand. Well, that could have been Jesus, or it could have been one of his angels that he sent. But it happened to Denise and Erica in this restaurant, and this guy was literally, Jesus' spirit was in him. He was giving them free cheesecake, free like fruit drinks, and he was writing down things, and it was like codes about like what Jesus was speaking to us in the group. And then G highlighted one of the things that he wrote. Was it like Aramaic or
It was like a symbol, and it meant
some kind of symbols, right?
It meant something. I forgot, something that we're talking about.
Yeah, and then he copied it, and the word Paris.
Yeah, Paris. Yes.
And we knew right then and there that was Jesus confirming.
Yeah.
Now here's the cool thing. He prophesied to me in a message randomly. Because you know, a lot of people say, well, why did he say this in a message? Well, because he's always prophesying the future. But he goes, Paul, where is he? Paul was the guy's name of the waiter. And so that message correlated perfectly with what was happening in our group at that time. And those are some of the supernatural things that Jesus shows us, to where we know that he's truly speaking, because he's giving it to us all at the same time, all at once. And then he starts talking to Erica another time that they come to the restaurant, and he keeps seeing more and saying more, and he's like, my father is coming to pick me up. We're talking like a grown man here. And he's like, my father is coming to get me. And it was just really cool, like every single thing that they were saying. And they obviously have the full story, but it was awesome. And he's blessed them now twice, I believe, or maybe even 3 times with this same restaurant, but at least 2. And so he does that to confirm things, and because he knows what his children need, and sometimes they need that blessing. They need, you know, some people are going through like long suffering things, and they just need the Lord, you know, always. But sometimes he surprises you like that. It's supernatural, and Jesus is doing those things. Now, I know the Bible says, if they say Jesus is in the desert, do not believe, he's not here. But there's a reason. There's always more to the pieces that they've left out. There's more to that story. So,
maybe next week. Well,
I don't even know if I know that story yet. He hasn't.
No, he hasn't told us.
He hasn't told us that yet. He hasn't told us everything yet.
Last paragraph. Blue moon is the super moon. August 31st. Jesus gave me another dream a while ago when I was with G. In my dream, the journey ended, and we finally were together again. And before I woke up, I heard, Look at the moon, August 31st. Well, that blue moon is showing convergence again. I think Jesus is telling me I'm about to see my G again.
So he was giving me an encouraging dream because I was away from G for an entire year. Mm-hmm. And I'll be honest, you know, he gave me a dream where I was in a really, really tiny body. I had an hourglass figure. G and I were about to consummate. And we were happy and excited. We were in a hotel room. And all of a sudden I heard, you're going to be excited about the August 31st moon. And then Cassie woke me up from my dream. So I never got to experience anything with G. But Cassie woke me up and said, it's time to get on Zoom. Because Jesus called the Zoom and he didn't allow. It's okay. You want to know something really cool with Cassie and supernatural? Anytime G and I have any kind of discussion at all, like if it's like a little more where we have a disagreement, because we're really best friends, so we get along so well. Like Jesus has to make us fight. I'm not kidding. Yeah, and he does that just to test us or set us up with something else, or like mirror another time where we did fight and he needed it to mirror because his symbolism is so important. But literally sometimes he sets things up because he knows how to get a rise out of this one. He knows. Tell him. He knows.
Yeah, he knows me better than I know myself. So he knows exactly how to push my buttons. And he's like he controls her face, her facial gestures, and her fluctuations of her voice just to get under my skin, because he knows how to do it.
There was one time he froze the clock. He proved freezing of the clock, okay? Because in the middle of the Zoom, G was the only one that heard, "Excuse me, I was speaking."
Yeah, I don't like that.
I didn't say it, and everyone in the group said, "She didn't say that." So he got kind of upset, but he's so sweet. Like, he's really, like, precious. I mean, this man has so much patience, and he's so loving.
Well, Jesus is teaching me a lot of patience.
And he's teaching him to the personalities.
Yeah.
To be able to, control each personality, because you have to have a little bit of phlegmatic, a little bit of sanguine, a little bit of choleric, and a little bit of melancholy, right? And so this is where the supernatural comes. So G and I, whatever it is, if we're having a disagreement about something, here comes Cassie. She's calling. She goes, "Hi, Jesus told me to call you." And it happens every single time.
Yeah, it does.
Every time. So come on, that is not a coincidence. That is Jesus speaking to his people at the same time. And anytime we have something, or anytime he speaks something to me and he wants me to put it out as a witness, Denise calls me, Cassie calls me, Lydia calls me, whoever's in the group, Peter, Helen. Oh, shout out to my Peter and Helen. I love you guys. Best kids in heaven as well. I say in heaven, they're not dead. But the spirit, they were my kids, our kids in heaven. It says as well as Lydia and McKenna, because
you
they're
all
duplicates.
have lots of children in heaven.
Yes, there's going to be lots of babies made in heaven, and you don't have all those pieces. So I mean, think about it, guys. If heaven is just like earth, and you're going to have all the earthly things like it is in heaven, making love, his creation. Do you not think he would do making love in heaven?
Or is that too dirty? Come on.
The devil perverted sex.
Yeah,
he did.
exactly.
God didn't.
He created it.
God's using everything. I mean, that's how the stars, the constellations were made, through consummation. I mean, there's all so many mysteries about that. God is passionate. He's romantic. He's sweet. He's funny. He's like the best father, and he's our husband, all in one.
Yeah.
He's truly amazing. So anyway, well, I think that was it.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, he's showing you the supernatural, and he's going to show you more. All right.
All right. Love you guys.
We'll see you next time. God bless.
Bye.